So, good morning. This is Paul. We're here at Exotics Racing in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm here with Bernardo. Is it Ferrari?
Ferreira
Neto?
Yeah.
All right. And we are in the Aston Martin, the Vantage GT. Going to be doing 5 laps. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So, Bernardo, what are we looking to do in this car today?
Just have fun.
Have fun? Maybe go fast a little bit?
Yeah, go fast.
All right. That's what we're looking to do. And that's exactly it. Like they've been telling you in the classroom all morning, we'll go as fast as we can as long as we do it smooth.
Okay.
Smoother we are, the faster we get to go. So once we get out on that track, we're going to hug the first couple corners, then we're going to have that big long straightaway ahead of us, 1,800 feet long. Let's use it all up until we see our set of orange cones at each side of the track. That lets us know it's time to start braking. So we're going to brake firm in a straight line until we see our first green cone. That's going to be our turn-in cone. At that point, we're going to start turning in for our apex. We're going to come off that brake nice and smooth on that throttle real light just to keep the car balanced as we get down to our apex. Once we clip our apex, we start unwinding our steering wheel. We start squeezing on our throttle as we track out to our green exit cone. Then we rush down to the next corner so we can do it all over again. Sounds pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
All right. If you notice, I've got the mirrors turned toward me, so you don't have to worry about anything that's happening behind us. If there's a faster car coming up on us, I'll let you know. What we'll do is we'll slide over to one side of the track, and we'll back off that throttle just a little. At that point, my hand will come on the steering wheel with yours, but I want you to continue to drive and steer as normal. And then I turn the hazards on. Hazards lets the car behind us know that we see it and that we're okay to be passed. Same rule applies if we're the faster car, which I'm expecting us to be if we run into some traffic out there. We need to pass them. We have to wait till we see their hazards. Once their hazards come on, my hand's back on the wheel. We kind of guide you around the car. Once we're clear, I pull my hand back. We go right back to racing once again. So do you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay, we already talked about the shifter, so you'll shift those. And I'll get my helmet put on.
How do I put it to drive over here?
Actually, just grab the right handle one time. So we're now in first gear manual mode, so you'll be in control of the shifters. And let's pull out nice and easy, and we'll head toward the left. Not nervous, are you?
No.
Okay, good. Just like a regular old car. So we're just going to kind of head over that way. And just past that 200 mile an hour sign, we'll come to a stop. Actually, keep on rolling. We're clear. Yep, got a clear track ahead of us. We're going to pull out here. Upshift one more time. And then we're going to hug this corner. We're going to aim straight for our green cone. That's going to be our first turn-in cone. We can actually downshift back into third. That way we'll have a little bit of power as we come out. So as we get to our green cone, we start turning in. Apex is down here on the right. Once we hit our apex, we start squeezing on that throttle as we unwind our steering wheel. Braking here, downshift one more time, wait for our green cone, ease off that brake as we turn in, nice and tight down on our apex, light pressure on that throttle. Now we start squeezing on that throttle as we unwind to our green exit cone, upshift. And braking here. Downshift one time, wait for our green cone, ease off the brake as we turn in, nice and tight, start getting back on that throttle real easy, coming back over to the right side of the track, wait for our green cone, ease off that brake, we turn in, back on the throttle nice and smooth as we come up and over, now start squeezing on that throttle as we unwind our steering wheel, hard until we get to start braking, wait for our green cone, ease off that brake, turn in, nice and tight, a little bit tighter. Now start squeezing on that throttle as we come out, coming back over to the right side. Upshift. Wait for our green cone. And turn in. Then we can get back on the throttle, aiming for our green cone. And let's start turning in, nice and smooth. A little bit tighter. And getting back on that throttle as we come out. How's it feeling so far?
Amazing.
All right. Upshift. And braking here. A little bit more brake. Now ease off that brake as we turn in. Keeping it tight though. Tight, tight, tight. And now squeeze on that throttle coming out. Nice corner. And braking here. Downshift once. Ease off that brake as we turn in. Come back over to the right side. Wait for our green cone. Now we turn in. Now start squeezing on that throttle as we unwind. We don't want to go as sharp. We'll kind of use up some of that track. That'll help us get back on that throttle sooner on that corner.
So it's not sharp out.
Exactly. So we'll kind of straighten off just a little bit. It'll feel like we're going to drive off the track, but once the car settles, we can turn it back in. And wait for our green. Now we turn in, and we get back on the throttle. start rolling into our corner, and once we get there, now we turn hard into the corner.
You can see the track.
Yeah, that one's a little bit tricky. We just kind of have to trust that the corner's going to be there. Upshift. Brake hard here. Wait for our green cone. Now we get on. Ease off that brake. Nice and tight on our apex. Now start squeezing on that throttle coming out. Brake here. Downshift one. One more. Let's go back into third gear. There we go. Keeping it tight. Get back on that throttle. Staying on the right side. A little bit of brake. Off that brake as we turn in. So we're still going to be tight on our apex, but now we're going to straighten off just a little bit, start getting on that throttle, and then we turn back in. Much better. See how that felt a little bit smoother? All right, wait for our green cone, and now we turn in. Keeping it tight though, and squeezing on that throttle as we come out. Coming back over to the right side. Wait for our green cone. There's our turn in, and get back on the throttle, aiming straight for our green cone. Brake it. Ease off that brake. We start turning in. Now start squeezing on that throttle. Braking hard here. Wait for our green cone. Now we start easing off that brake as we turn in. Keeping it tight on our apex though. Now start squeezing on it coming out. Staying on the outside. Braking here. Downshift one. Wait for our green cone. Ease off that brake. Turn in. Side. And there's our turn. Now start squeezing on it as we come out. Aiming for our green. And now we start turning. And keep it tight. And let's ride around them. Let's go right around them. Back on that throttle. Alright. Let's return. Aiming straight for our green cone. And start turning in. And braking hard here. Wait for our green cone. Ease off that brake. Start turning in. Keeping the car balanced. Keep turning, keep turning. Now squeeze on it coming out. So we'll try and turn a little bit harder into that apex next time. Braking here. Wait for our green cone, ease off that brake, turn in, and start getting back on that throttle as we come out, over to this side, a little bit of brake, off that brake, turn in, and now start squeezing on it coming out. And let's do one extra lap, because that car held us up on that last one. Downshift one, off that brake, start turning in, nice and tight, and squeeze and coming out, back over to the right side, wait for it to turn in. Back on that throttle. And start turning in nice and smooth to our apex. And now start squeezing on it coming out. Good use of the track. We're going to use up all that track. Upshift. There we go. And braking here. Downshift one. Off that brake. Start turning in. Keeping it tight though. Tighter, tighter, tighter. And right back on the throttle.
Awesome.
And braking hard here. Downshift one. Wait for our green cone. Turn in. Getting right back on that throttle, keeping the car balanced. And wait for our green. There we go. Turn in. Now start squeezing on it coming out. Alright, and that's going to be our last lap. So what'd you think?
That was amazing.
Isn't it a great car?
Oh my God.
So we're just going to hug this around. We're going to slide right off on here. Yeah, so I mean, just a great car. You could feel a couple times as we started to get a little bit more aggressive, that stability control kicking in, where you know, like as we were starting to slide, it just kind of kept us in line.
Yeah, I felt like almost the gear is like skipping, but that's like it's kicking in because the car is just
exactly, and that's exactly what it is, because it's built as a luxury car, not as a race car. So we'll just go on the other side of this silver Mercedes here, so right in there. Yeah, this car just doesn't let you get as aggressive as, you know, some of the other cars. Well, that's good right there.
Give me the bad news. How much does this thing cost?
This one would be, I'd guess it to be 120 to 150,000.
So it's not impossible.
You know, it's not unrealistic. It's something that would be within reach for a lot of people. You know, it's not on, you know, like the Ferraris that are $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. This car is something, and you could probably find one slightly used under 100 grand. But just, I mean, like I said, this is a great car. You can see yourself pulling up to the hotel, pulling to valet, and people just looking like, wow, that's just a beautiful car. You got that James Bond feel to it, obviously, which everybody loves in the Aston Martins.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a sweet, sweet car. Definitely some good laps, so it felt good to you?
Yeah, it felt amazing.
All right.
It's just getting used to like the turn, and then I kept keeping myself locked in, but I gotta turn more.
And that's it. Yeah, once you get to you really want to stay wide, wait for that green cone. Once you get to that green cone, you got to turn in a little bit more right off the bat so we can get down tight on our apex, and then that's going to help us as we unwind that steering wheel, that we could use up that track, get on the throttle sooner, and that's where we start picking up our extra time.
And then after the turn, don't come out like this, but come out like
exactly. And that's what that's going to do. Waiting a little bit longer to turn in, it's going to straighten out that corner. So by the time we get to our apex, we have a straighter line to that green cone, the exit cone, and that's going to help us. That's going to help us out.
It's amazing.
So we have something to work on for next time, right?
Yeah. Cool. You're awesome.
Hey, it was a pleasure to
Thank you
meet
so
you.
much.
Hey, no problem. We appreciate you coming out.